Hey everybody, I'm glad to see you back. I'm James, this is Outlaw Frags, and we're going to talk about a special fragrance that has been a gem in the eye of the fragcom since 2010. It's been absolutely adored and coveted by just about everybody. So stay tuned and we will get right into it in just a minute. Okay, what we're going to talk about today is something that I don't have a full bottle of. I do have two decants because the bottle prices are just out of this world, in my opinion. And what we're going to talk about is Creed Aventus. Creed Aventus, what they say, according to Creed's website, Creed Aventus is a celebration of strength, vision, and success. Inspired by the dramatic life of war, peace, romance lived by Emperor Napoleon. The bottle is emphasized with a silver emblem of a horse and a rider, which we've all seen. I mean, it is definitely an icon that pretty much every frag head knows. Creed is really known for using the very best ingredients that are hand selected. I'll have to agree with that. The actual quality of their product is unsurpassed. I will say what is not unsurpassed is their ability to do quality control. Because I do have two decants that are from two different batches, 2 different years, and wow, are they different. Creed Aventus was a joint venture between Oliver Creed, who's a 6th generation from the Creed family, and Erwin Creed, that is a 7th generation. That father and son pair, they are the two that actually came up with Aventus, and Aventus has been, as everybody knows, just been the go-to or the most sought-after niche fragrance in the community for a long time. From everybody that when you first learn about Creed, the first one you learn about is Aventus. You know, from there people go to different fragrances that are in the line. Like one of the ones that I've smelt that I really like is Original Vetiver. It smells amazing. The notes, everybody, I feel like I'm beating a dead horse because Aventus has been covered so much, but I just have to give my 2 cents. In the notes, the top notes for Creed Aventus are blackcurrant, bergamot, apple, and pineapple. And everybody I know really enjoys that fresh pineapple opening. It's one of the things that immediately makes it recognizable. And then when you see other fragrances that have pineapple in the opening, then everybody wants to compare them to Creed Aventus. Even some of them have zero comparisons, but people automatically think pineapple and think Creed Aventus. The heart or mid is rose, dry birch, Moroccan jasmine, and patchouli. And then the base is oak moss, musk, ambergris, and vanilla. And they actually use ambergris, not ambroxan, which ambergris is a natural material and ambroxan is actually a synthetic version of ambergris. As of now, I do believe Aventus is available in a flacon, which is 250 ml. They have their 100 ml bottles, 75 and 30. They got rid of the 120, which is unfortunate because most people really are looking for that 120 ml bottle. It's got the square shoulders. It's not rounded off. You know, I have to say that it is one of the scents that I really, really enjoy. I doubt I will ever buy a full bottle. The prices of it for the vintage, for the batch and the vintage that appeals to me the most is probably 2016 and before. I have two decants. This one is batch 16K11. I really, really like this one. And then I have 17Y02. These are eons apart. When people say there's batch variations, holy smokes, they are not kidding, because these two smell like they're in the same family, but don't smell like the same fragrance. And from what I understand from the batches from 18 and 2019, that a lot of people are complaining about the projection and the longevity that comes along with this fragrance. And to me, if you're paying for a full bottle of this, even on the gray market, it should perform like a beast. You shouldn't be complaining about projection or longevity at all. This one definitely is more fruity when, in my opinion, yeah, it definitely has a much stronger pineapple opening compared to this one. This one, I wouldn't say it's more smoky, it doesn't have the punch that the other one does. They both smell really good. I'm really glad I have them. If I ever win the lottery or have totally lost my mind and buy a bottle, I will buy a bottle of 16K11 if I can find it, because I like this way better than I do this batch. About the colognes and the plethora of them that prevail our wonderful fragrance community. And this one right here is probably one of my favorites, and this is CDMI by Armaf. This is the very first cologne that I got. I have a wonderful soft spot in my heart for this fragrance. When I very first smelled it, I just didn't get it, but after a while it really grew on me. I absolutely love this thing. I like it by itself, but I absolutely adore it. It turns into pure magic for me when I layer it with Demeter pineapple, because that way you get that wonderful, fresh, juicy pineapple opening, and then you get the amazing Creed Aventus dry down that comes with CDMI. These two together are just like peanut butter and jelly. They're both good by themselves, but man, they are wonderful together. A lot of people say they don't like this because this is harsh. And yeah, it is. The opening is harsh. To me, I'd rather like it because I just do. I have an interesting story about this that I'll share with you here. And it was during the time I was living back in Phoenix, Arizona. And I used to like to go around to the different Rosses and check to see what kind of fragrances they had, because first, it is a great place to go fragrance shopping, because they have, sometimes you can find some real gems there at a decent price. I remember I walked in the store and I needed to go to the restroom, so I immediately went straight through. There's always the greeter and loss prevention person that's usually up on the right hand side when you walk in, and I zipped right past her and I went right to the bathroom because I need to take a whiz. And when I come out, she was waiting for me, and she stopped me and said, I followed you through the store because as soon as you came in, it was like, it smelled so good. You smell so good. I had to follow you to the bathroom to find out what you were wearing because you just smell amazing. So I had to explain it to her, what I was wearing and what it resembled. And I've never had anybody chase me through a store before to tell me I smell good. So, this one definitely has that going for it. And that was without the Demeter pineapple. That was just CDMI by itself. I really enjoy this. They say that there's differences between the one that's made in the UAE and the one that's made in, I want to say Paris. Not Paris. I want to say in France. But I may be wrong. I think it's France. But no matter which one you got, this one performs like a beast. This is actually a black atomizer unit. And this suffers from the same thing that all of them do, and that I get a little leaking around the top of the collar next to the atomizer. Oh, man, it smells so good. The top note on this that a lot of people don't like is the lemon. It doesn't come across to me as like a lemon pledge or anything like that. It just smells really, really potent, and it smells really, really good. A little bit of this goes a long ways. Man, you can overspray this really quick and choke out people because it is an incredible performing fragrance. I don't care what anybody says. The stuff that's in this little black bottle is some amazing juice. Now, is it the same quality as Creed Aventus? No, it is not. But you got to keep in mind, most people in today's world have no idea who or what the House of Creed is. You know, we say it's niche as frag heads. So just imagine we are a very, very niche population of a huge population. Most people have zero inclination of what a niche fragrance is. They just pick up something that they see in the mall, and if it smells good to them, it doesn't matter. Most of them have no idea about what a quality fragrance is. If it smells good, that is the only thing that they are interested in. So they have no idea. When I explain to people they don't have a big, large background or exposure to the fragrance community, and I tell them that there are fragrances out there that cost $1,000 a bottle, they have absolutely, they're like, there's no way. And I tell them, well, there's lots of fragrances out there that cost, between $400 and $600. A bottle of Creed Aventus is $500 these days. If you pick up anything from Roja Dove, they start out at $500 and go from there. The majority of the world has no idea that that stuff even exists. So if somebody smells me and they really like the way that CDMI smells, I'm all for it. Because the average person has no idea the difference between this or Creed. The average person has no idea that Creed even exists. So this is my first one. I'm going to go over all of the ones that I have, speak a little bit about them. I'm not going to go into any of the note breakdowns or nothing because we are all aware at this point what the notes are for Creed Aventus and the majority of the notes for the clones that are on the market today. So this is CMI, and if you layer it with Demeanor Pineapple, man, it is magical. The next one I want to talk about is Insurrection Pure 2, and I really like this fragrance. It has the pineapple opening. It is not as realistic as Demeanor. I really like Demeanor, but this smells really good, and this is Creed Aventus on a super budget. I mean, you're talking less than $20. I will say that these guys do an incredible job with the presentation and just the whole presentation between the bottle and the box. It's really impressive for what you pay. My biggest thing with this one is longevity. Really, when it comes down to it, I really like the way this smells. I don't know if you can tell, I have used a good chunk out of this. I would say every 4 hours I have to reapply. Sometimes it's even less than that because if I get out in the heat with this will burn off really fast. But it smells really good, so I'll always keep a bottle of it. It's great for the summertime. It's great to splash on, and it smells wonderful. It is a clone of Creed, but is it close? It's definitely in the same wheelhouse. It is not a definite 101 clone, but it still smells good. And like I said before, most people have no idea what Creed Aventus smells like. The next one is Zara's Vibrant Leather. I did a first impression video of this one, and I will say that I really like the way it smells. My skin chemistry eats this up like nobody's business. And this is just on me, I only get 2 hours out of this fragrance. It smells beautiful, the top is wonderful, the dry it out is nice, but man, it's here, and then it is gone. I don't use this as much because it is such a fleeting fragrance. Like I said, it smells wonderful. It is not expensive. I believe that I got this at Zara for probably right around $33. So for the investment and the way that it smells, I still feel it's a justifiable purchase. I wish it lasts longer. I need to make myself a decant so that when I want to wear this, I can just throw the decant in my pocket and I can freshen up whenever I want. So Zara's Vibrant Leather is definitely a winner in my book. The longevity of this fragrance is lacking, on me, is lacking hugely. I only get like 2 hours out of it. So that's Vibrant Leather by Zara. This one here is kind of a surprise. This is a budget fragrance as well. When I first got it, I had no idea what it was until I smelled it. And this is Bergamot and Musk by Credo. And if you look at the bottle, it's almost half gone. It's a 100 ml bottle. I have, I believe, all of them in this line. because I was so impressed with this one that I was like, you know what, for the price of them, I'm just going to pick them all up. I've really enjoyed all of them. This one is amazing. This is a straight clone of Creed Aventus. I will say that I get good longevity. The projection on this is medium. This doesn't push off my skin like a beast like CDMI does, but this works really, really well. The price that you can pick this up at TJ Maxx, I believe, is close to like 25 to 30 bucks. And it's definitely worth it. This is probably, well, as you can tell by the bottle, I have worn quite a bit of this. I hope it shows up on camera. But like I said, this is almost half gone. This is a wonderful cologne for the price. It is amazing. This is an EDT that works wonderful on me. I really like it. I highly suggest this to anybody that's looking to pick up something that resembles Creed Aventus, because it is not a straight 100% clone. It's really close. It smells wonderful, and for the price tag, it's a no-brainer. For the hot weather, summer, this works great. The next one I'm going to talk about is my fingerprint magnet. It is El Haramain L'Aventure. This is really well known in the community for being a clone of Aventus. I will say that this is super smooth. A lot of guys will say that some of the clones are kind of harsh. This is super smooth. It does not project a ton off my skin. I've had people who have worn it out of this same bottle and it jumps off their skin like it's on fire. It just doesn't do it with my skin chemistry, but this smells wonderful. It is definitely well worth the price to have in your collection. The bottle is beautiful. It looks like a mirror, so it picks up every single fingerprint. So every time I use it, I have to wipe it down. The presentation, again, is absolutely outstanding. It comes in a really nice box. It is plastic, but it's really, really nice. And the bottle itself is really nice. I really like the fact that it looks like a chunk of metal, and then it gives you the window so that you can check the level of the juice inside. This is one that I highly recommend. A lot of people love this as much or more than I do CDMI, and I can kind of see how they do. I just like the CDMI because, man, it does some strong stuff, man. It's a wonderful punch in the face of Creed Aventus when it comes to that clone. This, like I said, is much smoother. I would say that the quality of it is a little bit better. The blend is super nice. Now, to get up a little bit more expensive, this is probably my second favorite Creed Aventus cologne that I have in my collection. And this is Pineapple Vintage Noir. And to me, this smell, I really, really like this. I think I like this more than I actually do Creed Aventus. This smells wonderful. It's got good projection. It's got good longevity. I have zero complaints about this one, besides it's a little expensive. This is a 100 ml bottle. A lot of them these days that they're producing are 50 ml, and they're still around the $80, $90 mark, which to me is kind of a bitter pill to swallow when it comes to a clone, but it is what it is. Am I glad that I have this? Absolutely. I gotta be honest, I didn't buy this full retail. I got this on the secondhand market, so it was a used bottle when I got it, but boy, am I glad that I have it, because this smells wonderful to me. Last but not least, I have a sample from Gates Perfumery, and this is called Snowflake. This smells wonderful as well. These are all clones. I don't know if they were going out to make a clone of Aventus, but that's, when you smell this, that is exactly what it is. It is super expensive. A bottle of this will run you almost 200 bucks. I think when I checked the prices, it was close to 168, close to 170. So that's a lot of money to spend for a clone of Aventus. With that kind of money, you can buy a bottle on the gray market, or you can buy a partial from somebody that's almost completely full for the same amount of money, or you can throw 30, 40 bucks on top of it and buy a full bottle on the gray market. But this stuff smells great, and I will say Gate is known for making some monster performing parfums, and this is no exception. This thing jumps off your skin like nobody's business. It lasts forever, and it is just a powerhouse. I will never, unless I could find a bottle of this for a super deal, this Snowflake from Gates is so far out of my price range. I am happy to have this 5 ml decant. I think I've got a total of 20 different fragrances from Gate, just like this, that I bought from my friend back in Arizona. But for a cologne of Creed Aventus, it smells wonderful. Like I said, it's ridiculously expensive. So this, once again, this is Gate Snowflake. And to wrap this video up, I'm going to go back and touch on the 2 decants of Cologne Aventus that I do have. Once again, this is batch 16K11, and this one in the square bottle is 17Y02. Like I said, these are both from Creed. They're both Creed Aventus, but the batch variations that people talk about is so real. These smell really close to each other, but they're really different. And with all that being said, I want to say thank you once again for you sticking with me and watching my video. My name's James. This is Outlaw Frags. Thank you very much. And remember, watch to the end, because there's something really important at the very end of this video that you need to pay attention to. So once more, remember, there's no bad time to smell good. These smell wonderful. Till next time. Thanks, and I'll see you on the next video.